Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'm bringing you a video tonight titled Accountability Creates a Softer Woman. But before we go any further, always know that my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to the new How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's move forward with the video. Once again, it's titled, Accountability Creates a Softer Woman. This woman has taken accountability for the outcomes in her relationships and has used them to allow her to evolve into a best version of herself and make her more desirable. Okay. One thing that I've been seeing is that many women go through unfavorable relationships and outcomes with men, and they develop a mindset to hate all men and bash men, and men are nothing. And, it creates a counterproductive and destructive mindset that will not allow this type of woman to pair herself with a quality man. There are quality men out there, even if you had an encounter with a man who is not the most quality of man in that current state that he was in. Now, the best thing that you can do when you come out of a relationship, whether you messed up or whether you feel like the other person messed up, the best thing that you can do instead of blaming is to take personal responsibility for the outcome that you experienced. It could be a thing of you just stayed too long. Even if you didn't make a unfavorable contribution, if you weren't a part of the toxicity that led to the demise of your relationship, it could have been that you just stayed too long, which is a product of having taken personal responsibility and becoming aware within yourself that, you know what, I didn't value myself enough. So the next time that I encounter someone and I'm in a relationship or I'm talking to someone or I'm dating them, and I see this particular characteristic, I'm going to make sure that I'm unsettled when I see this again by virtue of me valuing myself, evolving and growing. And that's the choice that we have. The worst thing that a woman can do is to isolate and romanticize her experience when it's unfavorable with a man. And what I mean by that is to just think that she's the only one who's been betrayed, who's been neglected, who's been let down, who's been disappointed. You have to understand that you're a human being before you're any sort of sex. Before you're a man or a woman, you're a human being. And guess what? Other people have gone through just as much as you, if not more. Every human being has loved someone and been disappointed. Every human being has been let down. Every human being has been betrayed by someone who they care about. This is a human experience. This is not an isolated or romanticized experience that's just unique to you. It's a human experience. So just accept it as that and say, you know what? I deserve to get the best outcomes that I want in dating and relationships, meaning that I deserve to take accountability, to grow from my experiences, and so that I can pair myself with someone who's grown and taken accountability for their experiences as well. The realistic part of this is that when you don't grow, which means that you blame, when you blame other people, you exercise an inability to grow, because you can't grow until you take personal responsibility for your contribution to anything that was unfavorable. That's the only way to grow. And you're going to meet quality men who have been through just as much as you, if not more. But guess what? These quality men have taken the time to take the inventory within themselves when things didn't work out in their relationships. Whether they were done wrong, whether they were the one who did the other person wrong, they did the work. And consequently, they evolved. And so they're not showing up hard. That's why the title of the video is Accountability Creates a Softer Woman. A hard woman is a woman who hates men, who despises men because she had an unfavorable encounter or many unfavorable encounters with men. Okay? A softer woman is a woman who's been through those things, but who took the time to understand the importance of growing from the situation. So she wouldn't become bitter, she'd become better. What happens when you become better is that you trust yourself. You don't go through life guarded when you become better, only when you become bitter. And when you're bitter and you're guarded unnecessarily, meaning the other person across from you is not giving you cause to be that way, they're going to understand that you have some unresolved issues. And that if they stay with you, that they're going to have to pay the consequence for the work that you refuse to do. Once again, if they stay with you, they're going to have to pay the consequence for the work that you refuse to do. As a hard woman, you want to show up soft. You want to show up with hope, with expectation that your past is your past, but this person in front of you could possibly be someone who is opposite of that person, and that you're going to show up in your best state because you took personal inventory and responsibility for things not working, and you evolved and you grew. You're going to show up as your best person in your best state to this better option of a man that's across from you. It's that simple. You don't have to say it. Men who are whole and who are healed, who have been through things, they can spot when someone isn't. And it's not their responsibility to help you to get over whatever you went through. That's your responsibility. And guess what? Because that person took responsibility, they're going to want someone who had a mindset to take responsibility as well for the unfavorable outcomes in their life. Because that way they're not mismatched. Two people showing up together who have a mindset and a nature and an ability to take responsibility. These are evolved people. So you're not going to have a ton of conflict. You're not going to be dealing with a lot of stupid stuff and petty things when someone is evolved. And when you've taken the time to work on yourself, you always want to pair yourself with someone who's just like you. And guess what? It's natural. It's going to be that way. If someone shows up broken and you did the work to heal, then naturally things are going to occur to show you both very quickly that you two are mismatched. You want to have a life with a man who is introspective enough and who's emotionally healed and evolved enough to take inventory of himself. A man who takes accountability. That is a man that can effectively lead you. So you want to show up the right way to that man. So you don't want to show up as a hard woman, a woman who hates men, a woman who despises men, a woman who blames men for every unfavorable outcome that you experience. You want to show up as a soft woman, a woman who's taken the time to work on herself, to understand herself, to better herself, and to not play the blame game. One who simply took responsibility and became a more desirable woman because she's going through life more evolved. She trusts herself. She trusts her judgment. So therefore, she doesn't have a wall up. She's not a hard woman. She's a soft woman. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Once again, tonight's video was titled The Woman, who takes the inventory. You don't want to be the hard woman. And that was the whole emphasis and point of the video tonight. The introspective woman, the woman who takes accountability. This is the soft woman. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. And also my book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if this video has been of value to you and you feel like you could benefit from coaching, one-on-one dealing with myself to help you to get the outcomes that you would like with the opposite sex, email me at matthewchorne23@gmail.com. In addition to that, if this video has been of value to you, if you feel like your thought processes have elevated and you're better for having encountered this message that I presented tonight, my donation information will be in the description. Don't hesitate to drop me a little something to keep the movement going and to keep these videos going. Once again, thank you for spending some time with me this evening. And always remember, the woman who takes accountability is going to create the soft woman.